Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and you're going to want to stick around because the third answer is a secret to how putting your ebooks on Barnes & Noble can cost you a lot of money. Now, let's get into it. Today's question that was sent in is it worth self-publishing with Barnes & Noble? Well, this is an excellent question because when we first start publishing, we notice quickly that there are many places on the internet that we can actually self-publish. We can publish on Barnes & Noble, Lulu, Amazon, Ingram Spark, Smashwords. There's just an unlimited number of sites that we can put our books out onto. And so we've heard of Barnes & Noble's, we've been to the store, we're wondering maybe this is a good idea or maybe this is a bad idea to publish on there, and we're just not sure if that is exactly what we should be doing. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Click the subscribe bell if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and look in the description and you will find my free self-publishing secrets checklist to help you get started on your self-publishing journey. So let's get into it. When I first started self-publishing, I was not aware at all that you even could do it on Barnes & Noble's. It was only after I had moved on to Smashwords, I was pulling myself out of Amazon KDP Select in order to test and see if I could maybe make more money on these other sites than just sticking with Amazon. And so when I put my books out, I then began to see that my ebooks would be available through the Nook and Barnes & Noble. And so they were going there. My paperbacks were already pushing through to Barnes & Noble already. And so we had that set. But then the question was, well, is this a good idea to have my ebooks in addition to the paperback books? And this is something that a lot of people wonder. So is it worth self-publishing with Barnes & Noble? Let's get into the answers. The first answer of today is yes, but if you're going to do it, it should be done through Smashwords for your ebooks. I use a program called Uto in order to create the EPUB format that's necessary for Smashwords, and then they will distribute your Kindle book, your audiobook rather, or your ebook through the different networks, including through Kobo and through it'll get it out to Barnes & Noble so that you're able to, on the Nook, so they're able to actually see and buy the book through that platform. So if you're going to do it, that's the way to go. But the second, as I've alluded to earlier, is that paperbacks on KDP Print will automatically sell through Barnes & Noble's through the extended distribution. Some people argue that you should also, in addition, publish them through Barnes & Noble. I would disagree with this strongly. And the reason is because your amount of sales you're going to see coming through Barnes & Noble is going to be so small that it's going to be nearly impossible for you to make your money back for the time that you invested to get it out onto that platform. So it is best just to stick with the, I don't know what it is, 30% or 40%, whatever it is, royalties that you will be getting through Barnes & Noble, through your Amazon KDP Print, and just let the Barnes & Noble, let it just go through extended distribution through the Barnes & Noble platform that way. And that brings us on to our third answer of the day, which is our secret answer of the day. And that is, you probably should not do your ebooks through Smashwords, since it means you can't run ads on Amazon against those same ebooks. Now, you might be wondering, why not? Doesn't make any sense. And let me explain. If you wish to run ads on the Amazon platform, your Kindle books absolutely must be registered in KDP Select, okay? And if you've registered under KDP Select, that means that you have agreed by contract to not sell your books elsewhere. And that means that, at least the ebook versions, that means that you cannot sell those ebooks through Barnes & Noble or Smashwords, which goes back to Barnes & Noble, while complying with the contract you have just made with Amazon. Now, The reason Amazon is so important is because the vast majority of your sales will be done through Amazon. And for me, 3 to 5 times, something like that, in the total number of sales are passing right on through those ads. So the ads are incredibly important to actually getting your books to sell. Now, if selling books isn't important to you, well then of course you can push the distribution. But the only reason it's even strategic to do the distribution in the first place is because you want to see your books sell. Okay? That's why we want our books everywhere, is so that we can sell more copies of those books. And if Amazon is currently the best place, then you should keep your books on Amazon under KDP Select. That's the ebook versions, okay? And not use Smashwords in order to get the EPUB versions filtered through and out onto Barnes & Nobles. But don't fear, like we talked about before, your paperbacks will still continue through the expanded distribution on Amazon. They'll just flow right on through there. So this is not something you're going to need to worry too much about. So, is it worth self-publishing with Barnes & Noble? Well, what have you found? Go ahead and let me know below in the comments, and check out above me here right now. You'll see answers to more of your self-publishing questions. Thanks.